Assalamu alaikum students. Hope you are doing fine. I have muted you so that I will have to mute you so that we don't have much chaos.
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Alaikum salam.
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Alaikum salam. Okay. So I will give you the platform when we will be done with our study. You will be told to ask questions if you have any. If you cannot hear me or if you don't understand anything, you can write anything to me personally in chat group. I will look at your messages. Okay. In the last class, we discussed about how to answer rearranges. So I am quite sure that now you all know how to answer rearranges. So today we will also practice. Okay. I'm looking at Fahmid is looking better. I can see for Kamrul Hassan. Kamrul Hassan probably he is holding his father's ID. I can see Shad, Mohaimen, Monem, Mahir Labib, Ahnaf, Abrar Yasir, Rafin. Okay. I can see Iftikhar, he has got taller. Even more than before. I can see Selfie. Okay. So now I'm going to share my screen to go to our study. I think you can all see. If you cannot see, you can just write a message to me. Okay. Yes, Kamrul, I have unmuted the option to rename yourself. You can do that in your next class if you want to rename yourself. Okay, or let me give you the chance. Okay, now you can rename yourself. You can give your own name so that I can identify you with your name. Instead of your parents' name, you can give your own name. Yes, there are some students who are in waiting room, but it takes a few minutes to admit them all. So be a little more patient. Don't worry, you will all be in the class. Okay. You don't have to write in your messenger group, sir, let me in, sir, I'm in the waiting room. Just wait a little and you will be in the class. Walaikum assalam, Salakin. I hope you are doing fine. Azim is still trying to join. Okay, let's start. Before going to that rearrange that we are going to practice today, let's watch a short video today. Walaikum assalam, Ishmam, Mahir Labib. Walaikum assalam, Jubair, Rafin. Okay. So let's watch the video. If you can't get the sound, you can tell me through chat. I have shared the sound of the computer, so I hope you will be able to hear the sound.
The clever astrologer. Once upon a time there lived a king. He was very anxious to know what his future
So this is an animated story where you can see a king who has a lot of wealth, but he's not happy until he knows his future. So he wants to know about his future, and who can tell his future? Before this age, people would go to astrologers. Astrologers would tell people's future by looking at the position of stars. In many cases, those prophecies were not correct. Those future wouldn't be accurate, but still people used to believe in astrologers.
would be like. Thus, an astrologer was summoned, and the astrologer said,
Your Majesty, I am very sorry for you, and
So an astrologer was summoned. একজন জ্যোতিষীকে ডেকে আনা হয়েছে.
King. He was very anxious to know what his future would be like. Thus, an astrologer was summoned, and the astrologer said,
Your Majesty, I am very sorry for you, and I do not intend to disappoint you, but it seems to me that you will not live very long.
On hearing this, the king lost his temper and
So what did the astrologer say? The astrologer said that the king wouldn't live much long. Okay? Astrologer means the person who can try to tell someone's future by looking at the position of stars. বাংলায় যাকে বলি জ্যোতিষী.
ordered the guards.
Kill the astrologer.
The astrologer said,
I shall obey the king's command, but there is a fact I want to disclose before I die. The king will survive for only 3 days after my death.
This made the king change his decision, and the rest of his life he prayed that the astrologer would live for a long while.
Okay. So I hope you could understand the story. It's a story about a king who would like to know his future, and who always who always was looking for astrologers to know about his future. So one day he summoned an astrologer who was going through his kingdom. The astrologer coming to the kingdom told the king that the king wouldn't live much. According to his judgment, according to the astrologer's study, he said that the king wouldn't live much. The king naturally got furious and angry, and he sentenced the astrologer to death. He ordered the people to cut the astrologer's head. By the way, before taking the astrologer to death sentence, the king asked the astrologer, Can you tell me how many days will you live? রাজা জিজ্ঞেস করলো জ্যোতিষীকে, যদি তুমি বলো দেখি, তুমি এত যখন ভবিষ্যৎবাণী করতে পারো, মানুষ বলতে পারো যে আমি এতদিন বাঁচবো না, পারলে বলো দেখি তুমি কতদিন বাঁচবে। হ্যাঁ, তখন জ্যোতিষী বলল, I will not live much, but I will die only 3 days before your death. তো রাজাকে বললো যে আমি বেশি দিন বাঁচবো না, আমি যখন তখনই মারা যাব আপনার মৃত্যুর 3 দিন আগে, মানে আপনি যখন মারা যাবেন তার ঠিক 3 দিন আগে বা অল্প কিছুদিন আগে আমি মারা যাব। এটা শুনে তো রাজা খুব ঘাবড়ে গেলেন। তার মানে আমি যদি রাজা চিন্তা করলে আমি যদি এখন এই অ্যাস্ট্রোলজারটাকে মেরে ফেলি, তাকে যদি হত্যার আদেশ দেই, তার মানে হচ্ছে আমি 3 দিন পরে আমি নিজে মারা যাব। এটা শুনে সে রিস্ক নিতে চাইলো না, তো তখন সে অ্যাস্ট্রোলজারকে খুশি খুশি করলো এবং তাকে ছেড়ে দিল। ওকে, the story is clear. Okay, you can unmute yourself if you have any question regarding the story. Now you can unmute yourself if you want. Yes.
Sir, understood, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Nafi is
understood.
okay. Thank you, dear. Nafi is quite late today. Okay. Now look at
Sir, Nafi had a technical problem.
Okay. Now look at these sentences. Try to make a chronological order. What does chronological mean, Tanvir? Or sequential? Tanvir?
Sir,
Chronological or sequential means the description of events which come according to the time. সময়ের সাথে সাথে বা ধারাবাহিক অনুযায়ী যেগুলো বর্ণিত হয়। Okay, now let's read these sentences and try to make in correct order. Number A, the king
Sir, I have a
asked.
problem.
Yes.
Sir,
Mohammed.
how much my the year?
How?
Sir, how much my minute?
I can't understand you well, Mohammed.
Sir, I think there is a spelling mistake on the A.
The king asked the. Oh, yes, you are right. So it will be.
Sir, there is also a problem in sir.
Astrologer.
Sir, there is also a problem in C, which tells that but another thought has crossed his mind before the stronger was.
Yes.
Sir. Sir, is it necessary to write with blue pen the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4?
No, it's not necessary. You will just make a
In
box.
the box.
Okay. Is it now clear? Enough?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Now I understand.
Yes, sir.
I think now this problem is solved. Okay. So number A, the king asked the astrologer how long he wanted to live. রাজা জিজ্ঞাসা করলো যদি সে তুমি কতদিন বাঁচতে চাও। B, he was very fond of knowing his future from the astrologer. সে তার ভবিষ্যৎ জানার জন্য খুবই আগ্রহী ছিল, খুবই উৎসুক ছিল। But another thought has crossed his mind before the astrologer was removed for execution. What does execution mean? Nafiu. Execution.
Can you repeat the word again?
This word, execution.
Execution. Sir,
Yes.
sir, execute something, sir.
It's related with death sentence. হ্যাঁ, কাউকে মৃত্যুদণ্ড
Sir,
দেওয়া।
ফাঁসি।
হ্যাঁ, ফাঁসি বা মৃত্যুদণ্ড।
Sir, it can also be slaughter.
Yes, it can also be slaughter.
Sir, finish.
Okay, so but another thought has crossed his mind. রাজার মনে আরেকটা চিন্তা আসলো অ্যাস্ট্রোলজারকে মৃত্যু দেওয়ার আগে নিয়ে যাওয়ার আগে। The astrologer told him something unpleasant. Astrologer told the king something that the king wasn't happy to listen. Number E, he condemned him to death. What does condemned mean? Ahnaf. Junaid, what does condemn mean? He condemned him to death.
Condemning means দাবি করা
বুঝায়
স্যার নিন্দিত
দাবি করা বা আদেশ দেওয়া
স্যার
Yes.
স্যার টু পুট হিম টু ডেথ
Yes.
সিম্পল ইংলিশ পুট
Yes.
Sir,
To give order, to appoint, to direct,
Sir,
to lead,
punishment.
to give punishment. Excellent. Thank you. Then
I
F.
have finished.
Okay, good. If the king called on him, Raja take deke pathalo. At this, the king got furious. What does furious mean, Mohammed? Crazy, raised, angry.
angry
Okay. Okay, Famid. Next, H. He wanted to know about his future from him. A famous astrologer happened to stop at his capital. একজন বিখ্যাত একজন জ্যোতিষী কোনো না কোনো ভাবে আর সেই রাজার রাজ্য থেকে যাচ্ছিল বা রাজার রাজ্যে অবস্থান করছিল। J. Once there was a king. Okay, so I think now we can try to find the orders. Yes. Will tell. Ajraf Amir Hussain, tell me what will be the first one.
স্যার এখানে কন্ডেমেন্ডেড মানে কি?
Condemn means to give order, to give punishment, to send. প্রেরণ করা, পাঠানো, জারি করা. Okay. Rubayat, what will be the first one?
Yes, sir. Sir, the first one will be J.
J. Okay. Iftikhar, what will be the second one? Okay, Shad, tell us what will be the second one?
Sir, I.
Yes,
sir.
It will be B.
Sir, B.
Yes.
B হবে
Yes.
B
After J.
Sir,
Sir, B.
Sir, A.
After
Sir,
J
I
comes
think-
B.
Sir, I think H.
No. After J,
Sir,
there
I
comes
think
B.
D.
After B, we will have I. So correct it
Sir.
if you made the mistake. Number J. Once there was a king, and he was very fond of knowing his future from the astrologer. So look at the pronoun. প্রথমে king ছিল, once there was a king, noun. তারপর এসেছে he was very fond of. So we use pronoun instead of
Noun.
noun. Yes.
instead of the king.
Yes. Instead of the king, now comes B. He was very fond of knowing his future. তারপর হচ্ছে I. A famous astrologer happened to stop at his capital. তারপর বলো তাকি। 4 নম্বর কি হবে তাকি?
Sir,
H
তুমি শুনতে পারছো?
Yes, sir.
yes sir
কোনটা হবে
H
তারপর?
হবে
Number হবে হলো F. I think it will be F. Sir,
F.
number F হবে।
Yes, it will be
Sir,
F.
number H
H তারপর S.
H.
Number 4
F
F.
হবে।
হ্যাঁ, তাহলে লিখে নাও 4 নম্বর হচ্ছে F. The king called on him. একজন বিখ্যাত জ্যোতিষী যাচ্ছিলেন, তখন রাজা তাকে ডেকে পাঠালেন। তারপর কোনটা? সালিকিন।
তারপর
আচ্ছা, যাকে জিজ্ঞেস করে সে বলুক। সালিকিন বলো।
sir A
A। আচ্ছা,
can I tell?
no, F এর পর হচ্ছে H।
H.
তারপর F এর পর হচ্ছে H. He wanted to know about his future from him. রাজা জানতে চেয়েছিল জ্যোতিষীর কাছ থেকে সে ঠিক কত বছর বাঁচবে। তারপর বলো রাদমান সিদ্দিকী। বাবা, নাম্বার 6 এ কোনটা হবে? রাদমান।
হ্যাঁ, এবারে যে পারতেছো না পারো না?
Sorry.
হ্যাঁ, রাদমান
করো। এগুলা দিয়ে কি বুঝাইছে স্যার?
তো ওই যে
Radman, can you hear us?
Not लिखे राखो.
Okay, and then Faria bint Shafiq. Shafiq, tell us what will be number 6?
Sir, D.
D or A?
Yeah.
Okay, D.
Sir, it will be D, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
it will be D.
A.
No, ওটা পরে এসেছে, ওটা পরে A হবে আরো পরে। হ্যাঁ, H হয়েছে he wanted to know about his future from him. রাজা সে জ্যোতিষীর কাছ থেকে তার ভবিষ্যৎ জানতে চেয়েছিল। তারপর হচ্ছে D, the astrologer told him something unpleasant. জ্যোতিষী রাজাকে কিছু
স্যার
হ্যাঁ বলো।
জি হবে স্যার, জি হবে
না, সেটা আরো পরে, আগে D. At first we will get D. হ্যাঁ, রাজাকে জ্যোতিষী এমন কিছু বলো যাতে রাজা কষ্ট পেলো বা আনপ্লেজেন্ট কিছুটা বলো, মানে এমন কিছুটা বলো যেটা শুনে সে আনন্দ পাওয়ার মতো কিছু হয়নি। So after D, then we will get Hanaf.
D, sir, D.
Hanaf, শুনতে পাচ্ছ? Okay, Salfi বলো, what will be number 7?
A.
After D,
Sir, can I tell?
yes.
Sir, can I say?
Yes.
Sir,
Second
G.
initial.
It will be G.
It will be G.
It will be G.
I think
হ্যাঁ,
G হবে.
It will be G.
D এর পর
Sir, it
হচ্ছে
will
G।
be G.
হ্যাঁ, যেহেতু
স্যার
জ্যোতিষী
আমি বলছিলাম।
হ্যাঁ খুব আনন্দকর কিছু বলেনি, এটা তার মানে কি বলেছে সেটা আমরা ধরে নিচ্ছি যে ভালো কিছু বলেনি তার ভবিষ্যৎ নিয়ে, যা শুনে রাজা খুবই রেগে গেল। তারপর বলো রূপম, আর ইউ হিয়ার? রূপম, what will be number 8? রূপম or আবরার ইয়াসির? আবরার ইয়াসির বলো।
Sir, number
8.
Sir, number
Can
8
I
will
tell?
be Sir A.
No. Yes.
Don't you see someone is stealing?
E হবে স্যার।
E হবে।
স্যার E।
নাম্বার 8 E হবে। রাজা তো জ্যোতিষীর কথা শুনে জ্যোতিষীর কথা শুনে খুব রেগে গেল, তখনই তাকে মৃত্যুদণ্ডাদেশ দিল। তারপর বলো রাফিন, নাম্বার 9 এ কি হবে? রাফিন
Can I tell?
নাভিদ বলো। নাভিদ,
Sir, can I tell?
ইরশা,
Sir B.
অমিয়,
Sir B.
ওকে নাম্বার 9
ये तो आगे यूज करा
C স্যার। C হবে। C
সবার আগে use
C হবে।
C হবে।
Yes,
হবে।
at number 9 we will get C.
C.
Yes, so
স্যার at last A।
রাজা যখন মৃত্যুদণ্ডাদেশ জারি করলো, মৃত্যু এই করার জন্য নিয়ে যাওয়া হচ্ছিল জ্যোতিষীকে, তখন রাজার মাথায় আরেকটা চিন্তা আসলো। তারপর নাম্বার লাস্ট হচ্ছে, এটা রুদ্রনীল পারবে। A.
Yes sir, A।
सर ए
আচ্ছা, so the king asked the astrologer how long he wanted to live.
A হবে।
আচ্ছা, তাহলে তোমরা এখন এটা একটা স্ক্রিনশট রেখে দাও। Take a screenshot.
Okay sir। Thank you sir।
Okay, yes, Taki.
Sir, screenshot কিভাবে নেয়?
Are you in computer, Taki?
ল্যাপটপে কিভাবে নেব?
Look at your keyboard. Look at
Sir.
your keyboard. Click the PRTSG button. PRTSG.
Print screen SQR।
Yes, print
Sir,
screen ওটা
snapping
বাটন,
tool.
ওটাকে ক্লিক করে তারপর তুমি পেইন্টে গিয়ে পেস্ট করো।
স্যার কন্ট্রোল কি?
জাস্ট print screen PRTSG ওটা ক্লিক করে তারপর তুমি পেইন্টে গিয়ে পেস্ট করতে পারো।
স্যার
Sir,
কোন বাটন গুলো স্যার?
Okay, now we will move to the next slide.
যে জানো তো জানো। কোন বাটন গুলো স্যার একটু আপনারা স্যার কোন বাটন গুলো? আরে
Sir, will we write this?
Yes.
Activity mobile তুমি আবার কম্পিউটারে চেক করবে।
Sir, do we need to fill? Sir, do we need to
Yes.
copy
Now
the
we will-
questions?
No, just write the answer.
Okay sir।
So in first paper you have rearrange, you also have close test. Close test means
Filling
there
the-
will be gaps. Yes, there will be some missing information, you will have to fill them up. So one will be based on clues and another will be without clues. Okay, this question gives you some clues. There are 12 words, and from these 12 words you will put 10 words in the gaps. Just write answer in your copy, writing A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay. Junaid, can you see?
Yes, sir.
Are you writing?
Yes, sir.
Omio? Okay, Omio, right. Okay, look at the passage carefully and also look at the clues that you have been given in the box. There are 12 words. First word is show. Show is kind of opposite of see. When I show something, I need an object. I cannot say I show. I'll have to say I showed a picture to my brother. But that's why show is a transitive verb. A transitive verb is a verb which must need an object. And what is object? Object is the word which answers the verb if you ask the verb using who or what. For example, he likes ice cream. Here ice cream is an object. If you ask the verb likes using questions, what does he like? You get the answer ice cream. That's why ice cream is an object. And here likes is a transitive verb. But if you say he walks every day, he walks every day. Ask the verb using question what or who. For example, what you cannot make any question. সে কাকে হাঁটায় তুমি কোন প্রশ্ন বানাতে পারবে না he works every day তুমি প্রশ্ন বানাতে পারো যে when does he work but that won't give you an object. So he works every day. Here work is an intransitive verb. It has no object. In the same way, he goes to school every day. Here goes is an intransitive verb. If you say he can run fast, here run is also an intransitive verb because it has no object. But if you say he ran a good race, now you can ask the question to the verb, what did he run? He ran a good race. Here a good race is an object. So ran here in this sentence is a transitive verb. So show is a transitive verb. You must read an object. Superiors. Superiors is the opposite of inferiors or youngers. Superiors mean different things. For example, if I say I will have to honor my superiors, it means those who are older than me and those who are more qualified or in my profession. Okay, those who hold the upper designation than me, they are also my superiors. Nothing, behavior, you know the meaning of behavior, custom, manner, nature, much, rich, form. When it's a noun, it tells something, periodicals or any text which you need to fill. For example, sign in the form or fill the form. But when it's a verb, it means to mold something, to give shape, to fill, to produce, to make. Conduct means also behavior, custom, manner, sense, idea, feeling. Discipline means if I say Taki is disciplined, it means that Taki has a sense of discipline. He follows the rules and values, all those things. Remains, you know the meaning of remains? Yes. Rafin asked the meaning of superior. Superior means those who are elders than me, and at the same time those who are in upper position in my profession. Okay, যারা আমার চেয়ে বয়সে বড় তারাও যেমন সুপিরিয়র, আবার যারা একই কর্মক্ষেত্রে পেশার দিক দিয়ে বা পদবীর দিক দিয়ে আমার চেয়ে বড় তারাও আমার সুপিরিয়র। I hope you are done. Okay. Now I will ask one by one, and when I will ask you, only you will answer by unmuting yourself. Okay, Shommo, what will be the first one? Shommo? Good manners. Okay, Rupam, tell us. Rupam, Rudranil.
Sir, the first one will be show.
Sir, conduct. Sir, conduct হবে first one.
Conduct.
না few bolo.
Show, sir, show.
Sir, I think it will be form.
Yes.
Sir, conduct হবে.
Conduct.
Sir, form.
Conduct হবে কথা না?
Form.
Form. It will form. Who said it first?
Form হবে, form.
Form হবে.
Sir, I tell you.
Okay. So good manners form an important part of education. Number B, Junaid bolo. Our education remains good. Our education remains incomplete. হ্যাঁ, আমাদের শিক্ষাটা থাকে অপূর্ণ if we do not learn good manners. তারপর বলো নুমায়ের আছো in our dash. Numair, can you hear us, Numair?
Sir, can I tell? Sir, can
Yes.
I say?
Yes.
Sir, can I tell?
Sir, behavior.
In your behavior,
Can I
good.
say?
Yes.
That's
In our
behavior.
behavior. তারপর বলো আজিম.
Sir, can I say?
Yes, go on. In our behavior with others, we must.
Sir, can I tell?
Yes, go.
Sir, show.
Show. We must show. Good.
Sir, it should be show.
তারপর অমি বলো, অমির কথা শুনতে পাচ্ছি না।
Show.
হ্যাঁ, in our behavior with others, we must show proper respect for them. We should have a. অমিও বলো।
স্যার একটু সমস্যা হয়েছিল
Sir, can I say?
শো হবে
Sir, can I say?
Sir, may I tell?
বলো।
We should have a sense.
We should have a sense. We should have a sense. আমাদের একটা ধারণা থাকা উচিত, সেই উপলব্ধিটা থাকা উচিত of knowledge in our dash. তারপর বলো সৌম্য বলো in our conduct.
Yes.
তারপর বলো জাঞ্জাবিল আছো? Janjabil, are you here? Yes, go on. We should show respect to our superiors. Superiors. So what is the opposite of superior? I said this few minutes ago. What is the opposite of inferior?
Sir, inferior.
তারপরটা বলো
Inferior.
It is necessary for a
Discipline, sir. Disciplined society.
discipline. Good.
Discipline.
Next, Tanvir bolo. Good manners cost us
Nothing.
nothing. Good.
Nothing.
তানভীর এই লাইনটার অর্থ কি? গুড ম্যানার্স cost us nothing. তুমি বলো বাবা। তানভীর বলতে পারবে?
Sir, can I tell?
জি স্যার।
আচ্ছা বলো।
There is no price for good manners.
Yes, and you're not going to lose anything. You are only going to gain. So it's not it shouldn't be very difficult to have good manners. It shouldn't be that much difficult to be polite, to be modest, to have the idea to help others. Still, we are not well mannered, unfortunately. Okay, last one. Last one bolo. Taki bolo.
Nature.
Sir, nature, sir.
Behavior.
Nature.
Behavior.
Behavior takbar use hoy.
Sir, behavior.
Sir, behavior takbar use hoy.
Nature.
Behavior শেষ হয়ে গেছে।
We used behavior before, and here nature is more perfect. Okay, and nature is better here. So today we are done with your practice. We have practiced rearrange. We have also started filling gaps, and this here our passage is connected with good manners. So now we'll watch a short video connected with good manners. Watch it carefully and listen to the lines and try to learn something from it. Okay, and all the videos do not mean the same thing. Sometimes there are videos which are allegorical means symbolical. যা দেখাচ্ছে এমনটা যে তুমি লিটারালি ধরে নিবে এমনটা না, অনেক কিছু তোমার প্রতীক অর্থ ব্যবহৃত হতে পারে. So in the video you will get some symbolical meaning. So try to understand it and try to actualize it in your own life. Try to be well mannered by yourself. Okay, now we'll go to the next slide where we will watch the video. Let me share computer sound.
Harry was an angry little fellow. He was often rude with people around him. Harry didn't like being polite with people. His parents and teachers often lectured him about using words like thank you, sorry, please, etc. However, nothing they said or did affected him. Whenever he wanted something, he would simply snatch it or throw a fit to get what he wanted. If anyone asked him something, he would simply make fun of the other people and walk away. One day, Harry was playing in his outhouse with his cat. An old woman was passing by his house. She requested Harry to give her directions about a particular house. "Can't you see, old woman?" scorned Harry. "I am playing here. Go get the bell and Mom will tell you." Hearing this, the old woman turned red with rage. She cursed Harry. "From now on, whatever rude word you utter would leave an ugly scar on your face. Go away!" shouted Harry and continued playing with his cat. Suddenly, the cat flung its paw and scratched his forehead.
So because of this curse, Harry keeps getting a curse regularly on regular basis, and he understands that he should be more polite, and he should have a good sense of morality and politeness. So since our class is nearly to the end point, I will have to finish the video first, and there will be no homework. Okay.
And rushed towards his room. As he was in a hurry,